Yeah,
Action, bro. Okay, I'll let you take it.
Oh,
I think you should bring us in, and then we'll go from there.
I don't even know what to say. Hey, what's up, you guys? Hey. I didn't think this through.
Okay.
We are here and we are doing the podcast. Yeah.
You have to hit it with a solid intro. You have to come in with a really...
What am I supposed to say?
Oh, that's what you did. You have to come with a really solid intro. I don't know. What's the vibe? What's the vibe?
Casual, but just like super chill, but also down to earth.
Okay.
I'm just hey, what's up? We are here. We are on the bench. This is the first episode of the podcast. This is the name of the podcast. I will insert the name of the podcast and dub it over.
Deeply sincere.
That's the podcast. That's what it's called.
Okay.
That's the intro. That's it. That's what you get. This is the first episode. Hello, I'm Ariel.
I'm Joey.
Yeah, welcome. What can I say? We are doing the thing. We are at the Fenway,
Boston. We're in
the
Boston.
Fenway, Boston. If you guys have never been,
this is the stadium.
we are actually at the Red Sox game right now.
Yeah.
Pull up, come see us, come say hi, meet and greet. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some things. Were there any things that I don't even know if is the audio good?
I think the audio is. I think we're good.
What was there anything you wanted to talk about in particular? I got hella things. I could go
seat,
for hours.
bro. I'm in the hot seat right now. No, I was just focused on this. I was getting the
The
camera
audio.
set, the audio set. So yeah.
That's fair.
I'll let you
tech
take it away.
Side. No, I have crazy shit that I wanted to dive into, but I wanted to ease into it and not just be hey guys. It's also so weird because looking, I don't want to look at myself.
Yeah,
but we're
looking in the
right
monitor.
there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You liked my Instagram thread. I saw that of me talking about God, and I was I don't want to dive into this and I'm doing it now, and just immediately be I'm gonna talk about God and where I'm at with religion. I don't like religion.
I think that's a good way to start it. I think that's a good way to start it, though.
Just clip that. I don't like religion. I actually don't have beef with religion. I grew up in a household with a Buddhist mother and a chill Christian father. We never went to church or anything like that. I wrote about this in an essay in freshman year, funny enough.
Damn.
I've always been spiritual, but I was I'm not I grew up in a household where, it's very divided, not divided, but different. And so for that reason, I was never so solid on one thing. I used to be I think even freshman year, I was kind of considered myself agnostic for a while, believed in something.
Yeah.
But now I'm 100% go with spiritual. But I used to hate. Yeah, you and I, we talked about Christianity too when we were walking around Northeastern.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Shout out Northeastern. Shout out Cheese Club collab.
And you Cheese Club, we need you on the podcast.
We on the podcast. This is so true. This is true.
We could do an episode from one of their meetings.
Yeah, we broke into the NEU Cheese Club.
Yeah, we're just shooting a podcast.
We steal all the food. I do actually, that's crazy, but. Yeah, religion, and I'm I like using the word God now, and I used to not like the word God because of making sure that I'm heard here. I'm still not sure about the audio. It's fine.
Bro, it's totally the computer mic. It's totally the computer mic.
It's cooked. It's actually cooked, but it's fine.
Should we... Wait.
No. Hey.
I think it's just picking us up off the computer, which is okay. It sounded pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. We'll roll with it.
Should we start over?
We can edit this, right?
Okay. Yeah. We can edit.
We'll get an editor.
But there's not a clear spot to cut.
You want me to do the whole spiel again?
Maybe. Okay, no, let's keep rolling.
No, like I'm like, we can keep this. Hey, guys, we're real.
But now I feel silly holding the mic. I know that these aren't like on.
But it's like the like concept, right? It's like the like.
Yeah.
This is like a podcast, and we're like obnoxious people like in the park, like holding a microphone.
Oh, that's true.
But it does feel. I feel like it's like the computer audio with like a little bit of spice.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting.
I'll enhance the audio.
Yeah. You know, you live and you learn, but.
Yeah.
Lamau religion.
Okay.
I don't know, like I'm like, because before I was so like, it's the universe, but now I'm like, I fuck with the idea of being like, God, like help me out, like God, like praying to God, like if you will, and like manifesting like on God, but I don't like Christianity because I don't like the whole like he thing, and I'm like, no disrespect,
capital H,
no, literally capital H, no disrespect if you are Christian, because it's just like religion is just like a channel for that like love and spirituality, but the way that like I don't know, I at least at this moment in time I can't really get around the whole like is it dogma?
Yeah.
What does dogma even mean? Like I've heard the word.
I feel like maybe I'm completely off with this, but I feel like it's stigma, but specifically in like a religious way. But I feel like that might be wrong. Oh wait,
I don't think
no,
you said stigma, and I was like, sigma.
No, okay, wait. Actually,
stigma?
I feel like dogma might be like, I'm not gonna try.
I think dogma is like the like religion, like it's like the religionness, like the. God. My other fear with like having a podcast was like I'm gonna say some stupid shit and people are gonna be like.
But we have Google.
Why did you say that?
Dogma means the doctrine of belief in a religion
like
or a political system.
Yeah,
something that
like,
seems true is the Greek meaning.
Dogma, it's like the essence of it.
Okay.
So like.
Okay.
Christian like scriptures and like the Bible and like stuff like that. Again, like. When I talk about like Christianity, it's a little weird because I'm like, I know I'm diving into territory that I'm not 100% like familiar with what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I don't want to like rub people the wrong way. All I know is just like, to me, my perspective as like somebody who doesn't identify as Christian is like, it can come across as like, letting the people pass because we are in a public space.
Yeah, we're in a park. There's bicyclists.
Yeah, we're in the Fenway Park.
Yes.
If you didn't know.
Yeah, it's true.
This is actually the Fenway Park.
It's true.
Not Fenway Park. That's a different one. This is the Fenway Park.
This is the Fenway Park. Baseball is everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
But yeah, like
you don't want to speak
what was I saying?
You don't want to speak for Christians.
Yeah, because I think like obviously like if you're a Christian, thank you. Like if you're a Christian, you're probably like yes.
Yeah.
But like from an outsider's perspective, when you show up to Hempfest and you're like, repent, the Lord hates you, or like even that's the thing, guys. I'm gonna say something controversial. I think Christians are misunderstood. Like I think like a lot of people who pursue Christianity with like a pure heart have the right intentions. That's why I'm like more like vibing with the idea of God lately. Yeah. I think that if you truly are like praying and like trying to be the best version of yourself and like you're all love, that's epic regardless of your religion. But I think that people who push, I think I talked to you about this before, shame and guilt and like if you sin, you are bad. Like, I don't think that's a great place to start. But I don't even think, like, Christians, like, true, pure-hearted Christians, like, really believe that stuff either. Yeah.
Well, that's, like, part of it, though. Like, just in Christianity, I feel like part of it is, like, even if you sin, like, you're still, like, loved. From my understanding.
Yeah,
my understanding is, like, there's, like, an idea of, like, forgiveness. That's, like, I think, like, just like what it's like built on, and I feel like a lot of people like use it as such like a weapon, and it's just like crazy. Like you see like signs like that where it's like, oh, you're gonna just like burn in hell, and it's like I don't know. I feel like
devil's lettuce, bro.
Yes, literally. Like you see it. Like that's so much of like I feel like what the religion is like based around is like you can always repent for your
that's so facts.
for your sins and stuff.
Yeah, if you just like go to like this is That's like Catholicism, I think.
Oh, that's
confession
true.
booth or whatever. No, but I think that's in like Christianity too. Is like you can do it, but like just like feel because isn't like repenting just like feeling bad and like recognizing you did something wrong?
Yeah, and then they have you go like say a bunch of prayers. They're like say like 5 Hail Marys.
That's like low-key
10
chill. Like that's just me being like, hey, like I'm sorry I fucked up.
Yeah, you go and like confess, and they're like go say a bunch of prayers.
That's kind of chill, bro.
Yeah, but
like,
I think part of it though is like there's such different definitions of like sinning.
Yeah.
And I think like people weaponize the term sin in like a way where sometimes people are just like living their lives.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's where it's like I think almost like I think that I had so much like stigma towards Christianity because of these ideas that were like projected onto it by like whether that's like actual Christian people like abusing it the wrong way or like just like the way that it like appears to other people. But shit, how do I say this? Like, I don't know, just like all that. Like, I think that like the like aspect of it, like I said, is like the core of it is like pure, but like when people like I don't know, they steer it the wrong way or they like push it too hard.
Hello,
Hi.
How are you?
What are we doing?
We're filming a little video.
I'm in a video.
The video? You're watching it or you're making
We're filming ourselves.
Making it. Nice.
We see a lot of bird watchers, but we haven't seen except for mallards and geese. We haven't seen a single bird.
Oh, I saw mallards earlier. There was like a whole family of them going down the river. Yeah. Oh, dang. Well, wishing you luck.
Yeah.
Wishing you luck.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
That's about to happen.
Bro, I thought she was gonna be like, you guys need a permit. I was like,
we're cooked, bro.
I was like, nah.
No, I just like, you notice how I like, okay, this is where I'm like, I truly like believe in like energy and stuff because the way that like I was like struggling to speak was like out of my control. Like I started to feel like something was coming. Like
yeah, you felt her energy approaching.
I did, and then I didn't even realize she was like walking towards us, and then I saw her.
Yeah.
So
I saw them eyeing us as they were like walking by.
It's like, okay, this is like its own conversation, but like I think that I don't know. Sometimes I can't say things because like it's like out of my control. Like this is like literal like the flow of the universe, if you will, of like. I want to maybe like I want to tell somebody something or like I want to say certain things in conversation or just even like what happened just now.
Yeah.
And it's like I physically cannot because it's like that either that person is not ready to like hear that message or it's just not like meant to be. It won't happen.
Yeah.
No matter how hard I like try to push myself to like say something, I like can't. So it's like crazy.
I feel that. I think specifically what you were talking about with like religion too. It's like that is something people hold so dearly and is like so important because like people like live by that, you know? So it's like if it's like questioned or like brought in like a certain way, people get like really defensive. Like even if it's not intended in that way, but they perceive it as like questioning, people get like really, really defensive. So I think it's like something too where I think it's a really hard topic to talk about because it's very personal.
Yeah, no, I dove straight into like, all right, let me like question like one of like the biggest religions in the world, but not really like question.
Yeah,
I have all love and like respect for people who do anything in life with the right intentions.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say?
No, that was it. It was just like, I think like I don't think you're like questioning it. I think you're just we're just vibing. We're just vibing and like talking about, because like truthfully, religion is like interpretation. It is how you interpret whatever kind of religion I think that you're like
your like belief system
exactly.
on the like how you view the world, really.
Yeah, because like
your purpose.
Truthfully, like every person who like as we were talking about like Christians, like every person who's Christian, they interpret that in a different way. And even if they don't think about that consciously, like people have different interpretations of what religion is in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, like even I don't know, people just have different interpretations of everything.
Yeah.
And like I've been on that Instagram Threads.
Okay.
I don't use Twitter. You know this.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a Twitter user because I think it can be toxic and crazy.
It's X, bro.
Yeah, X.
It's X.
But I like Instagram Threads a little bit. It's a little silly. It's a little fun. It's my own Twitter.
Yeah.
Because that's literally what it is.
I get the notifications, like, your friend Ariel just posted on Threads.
Stop, right? No, because I low-key, like, I don't want that. I don't want people, like, seeing what I say. Like, I'll put my stuff out there, like, you can see what I say, but, like, don't see what I say, you know?
But I think it's because so few people are on Threads. They're, like, sending out notifications to get me to, like, go on there.
I have, like, 40 followers that are, like, they got the auto-follow from, like, when they got it, when they first downloaded it, so I hope they're not getting that, too.
Yeah, I have a thread. I think it's just like a picture of like a bowl of mac and cheese.
I don't know if it is.
I think I have one thread.
Because I know I follow you.
I have one thread.
Oh, you're the post.
The post.
Yes,
it's just like a photo of like me making a big bowl of mac and cheese.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I'd be on Threads. Sorry, but I'm like trying to not lose my original thought, not to disregard your your mac and cheese.
Not to you.
I do care. I do care about your mac and cheese.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm just like, I think mac and cheese is just like.
Oh yeah,
it's
the mac and cheese from the potluck, guys. The potluck was really,
oh my god,
really lit. If you didn't show up, like there were like so many people there.
You
like,
had to be
Billie
there.
Eilish
No, you had
was
to. You
there,
had to have been there.
like-
You had to have been there.
Like it was just like the poster. It was actually just like the Harambe.
But we have
up.
connects though. We
You
have
guys,
like industry
you
connects.
don't even know. Yeah, you just don't even know. I mean, we go to Emerson. We got those connects.
Yeah, the industry connects are crazy.
I'd be on that.
Ice Spice was there.
Emerge.
Yeah. Trump and Biden came. Like they had like a truce for a moment. They came.
Yeah, and they kissed.
Yeah, they kissed. Oh my god, that was intimate. I don't know if they want people to know.
They didn't kiss.
They didn't kiss. They didn't kiss.
Okay, I mean, what happens at the potluck stays at
That's
the potluck,
true, bro.
guys.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Instagram Threads. Just like recently, I mean, in general, like people on the internet be arguing and fighting and like saying things because of miscommunication.
Yeah.
But recently I've been like on Threads and like people will be like responding to me. It's not hostile, which I'm grateful for, but it's just like them like being like interpreting what I'm saying and then like responding to that, and I'm like trying to be like, no, but I can tell that you're like misinterpreting what I'm saying and like projecting that. Like I think that's just a common theme that I'm really passionate about in like human communication and connection, is that we are constantly projecting our own interpretation of the world and like what other people are saying to us into like relationships and like conversations. Even right now, you're probably like, you could be seeing what I'm saying completely different than how I'm actually saying it and meaning to say it.
Yeah.
But then that becomes like arguments on the internet because people will be like, oh, but you're saying this. And I'm like, you could be two people that are pretty much on the exact same page, but because of the way that one person is seeing it slightly differently, they're going to start some shit on the internet. But that's why I try to be the person that's not like going to start some shit. I'm just like, yo, you're probably just like misinterpreting me.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, it's so hard to like read tone. And like, I think that's like tone indicators and everything.
The dog.
Yeah, we got some dogs.
Guys, you can't
we got
see
some
it,
dogs
we got some
passing.
dogs.
But like tone indicators can like help to an extent, but still like I don't think they're like fully like, it's good for like if
What's
you're
like a tone
doing
indicator?
like, it's like when you're like /S or like /J.
Oh.
/S is like I'm serious. /J is like I'm
bro.
joking.
I thought that was a Reddit thing.
I thought it was a Twitter. I thought it was maybe
Oh.
I don't know, but like people, I think it's like an internet thing in general.
Yeah.
But I like think I think it's good for those, but when you get into like more nuanced things, I think like it can get, it's like it's not easy to display kind of what you mean to someone else online as it would be like in person talking face to face.
Yeah,
you know?
of course. Yeah, no, the texting and the internet is just like tough in that regard.
Yeah, I'm so like texting. I'm so conscious of like the word. Like I'm so much more conscious of the words that I'm writing, and like thinking about how it will be interpreted than I feel like I would if I was just talking. Because like if I'm talking and like there's a misinterpretation, like someone will say something. A lot of the time, or like if you look, or like you can kind of read the situation and course correct. Like if you feel like someone misinterpreted, but if you're like online or on text, you're kind of just like sending it out, and it's like not the same type of communication.
Yeah.
You know, you're sending it and then like waiting for a response. And so you have more time to like consciously like think like, what are the ways this could be taken? Obviously, like you're never gonna know, and like you're never gonna be able to prevent it. But I think it's something that, at least for me, I'm a lot more conscious of when I'm like in an online
That's
space
good.
like that.
No, that's good. That's it's important. Gotta use the like 3 exclamation points to be like,
true.
hey, instead of like, hey.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
But no, literally, it's good to be conscious, I think, for sure, because sometimes I have that like issue with people where I'm like, you hate me, and you like even with earlier today, like I thought like I didn't think you like hated me or something. I was just like, when you don't know because somebody like doesn't reply or whatever, and like also just like energy and like if something feels off, but most of the time it's like maybe that person is like going through like their own like shit, or they have like something that they're dealing with.
Yeah, I was just EP this morning.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was just EP.
Yeah. So like I mean, like my anxiety used to be like a lot worse in like freshman year and stuff, and I think like in the past I would have like felt that and been like, okay, so I'm like bothering Joey and he like hates me and it's like over or something. But I was like, okay, he probably is like, there's like for some reason he's like tired or like something like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was just getting ready and like showering and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel you though. Like I like socially the same way. I'm like I get so in my head with like interactions, especially if it's like I'm almost like putting myself out there to someone else.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like asking someone something, or like it's like a more I don't know, like this isn't necessarily like related to this morning, but if it's a more like serious thing that I'm like putting out there, I get like so anxious about it. Like if it's meaningful to me and I'm like writing about it, I get so much more in my head on text. And like I was definitely a lot worse about it in the past. But yeah, it's like texting is just so interesting.
Do you find it easier in person?
It depends on the person.
Okay.
It depends on the person. Like if it's someone I'm not that close with, I almost feel like texting is easier. But like if it's someone I know well and like close with, like being in person is like usually a lot chiller than text. But yeah.
Do you mean like asking someone for like help or something, or like?
Yeah, probably.
That's fair.
I think in person that's like an easier thing. I think like also, like in terms of like college, because like we're in college, but like coming into college, that was like a really hard thing. Was like meeting new people and like feeling like you could build trust with people. Because I feel like that's something like I personally struggle with, is like building relationships to a point where I feel that like comfortability and safety. So like when you're getting into just like a ton of new relationships, that was just like something that was like so daunting.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I didn't even like think about that. I guess I'm just like more of a trusting person. Maybe that's like I shouldn't be, but like I feel like I just like very interestingly just like kind of like trust fell into like freshman year. Because like a lot of things just like clicked into place. Like I met Ava. Shout out Ava. My freshman year roommate, and then my roommate until the end of my junior year, and then we just met like a bunch of people like David and stuff, and like that was just kind of crazy. I don't know, but I mean, like I feel that now in my life because this is like crazy vulnerable. We could like edit this out if I decide not to talk about this later. Okay. Being out of my first relationship.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like.
Yeah.
That was my first relationship, 3 years of my life.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm at this point where I'm like finding myself as like a human being. And I'm like, thinking about being in a relationship again is like scary because I'm like, trust. Like trusting that this person is not going to be like secretly like not like evil or something, but like what if like my heart gets like broken again or something. Like that's terrifying. Honestly, I want to be really vulnerable on this podcast, so like I wouldn't mind like sharing some of that, but it is like crazy because like
I feel that
Emerson, people gonna watch this and be like, wow, that's your life. Like I know your life, I know everything about you now. Like I'm a human being and like so are you, and like things happen.
Well, that's like part of what we're talking about with perception is like I feel like you did not say like a ton like I feel like you're giving like an honest vulnerable thing, but like you're not like airing out your life. And I think people will perceive things and like extrapolate information based on like what they have, and I think that's just really interesting. Just like in general, like I think that's just like how like modern society is with social media in a way, where it's like I feel like people think that they know more about someone because of what they see, and so it's like you create an image of that person in your head.
And none of it's like real. It's a fantasy. Crazy. No, that goes back to me talking about like people communicating online and being like assuming that like oh, because you said one sentence, that means you must think like these 5 other things as well. But I'm like, but that's not like true. That's what I mean by like people arguing with people on Instagram threads.
Yeah, beefing. I'm in crazy beef on Instagram threads. I'm in the replies.
Do you actually?
Nah,
I am in the replies. So I'm in the replies
in a
with, like,
positive way. You're in the replies in a positive
okay,
way.
you're reading my replies.
It's the only thing on my threads. You're the only person I follow who's active on threads.
What can I say? Yeah, I'm like, recently I've been like replying to, on a lighter note, I've been replying to like, men talking about AI is like the most recent thing. Okay, but like it just started with, in general, I took 1 class on AI. I don't think I know fucking everything about AI. I don't know if I should. Should we curse on here? Should we monetize?
I think people still get monetized with cussing as long as you don't cuss in like the first 30 seconds.
Okay, good to know.
I think you're chill.
Yeah. This mic is like low key heavy, and I don't even know if it's doing anything, but it's fine. It's
the feeling of.
It is the feeling.
It's the feeling of like, oh, we're professional. I'm not even like talking at all into the mic. I'm just like,
it's not doing anything. I hope the audio is good.
I think the MacBook. Okay, we're at a point now where like MacBook audio is so crisp that I think we're chill.
You have a good Mac too. Like I feel like it's like.
Thank you. And Adobe, going back to AI, what you were just talking about, Adobe now lets you like clean up the audio.
Is it sponsored?
It is sponsored. Well, we had recorded the podcast with Maria.
True.
I don't know if you know any of this story, but we had recorded a podcast. I think it's gonna come out this week.
Awesome.
Or it was like more like an interview at this point.
Yeah.
But we were using an Emerson sound recorder that was not working, and so none of the sound got recorded, and all we had was camera audio. And so and it was like really soft because I was like pretty far away from them. I was on like the tighter lens, and like it was like really really quiet and like basically like unhearable. And I was able, like, it sounds a little weird now, but I was able to use Adobe AI to basically revive that audio and like turn the camera audio into like something that's at least listenable. And I cut out the parts that sounded like really robotic and weird, but like it's like at least usable. And so
robotic and weird is crazy though, to think that.
Well, because it's trying to figure out what Max and Maria's voices sound like.
Oh, but like when you say it like that, like ew.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
Yeah.
But like, shout out Adobe AI.
And like, that's only like the first public that was the first public version. So I'm sure it'll probably get better and better. But
yeah. No, that is cool.
I think it's like a really like useful application of it, where it's like, oh, we lost the audio. There's a tool that can help us like bring it back.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't arguing with like anti-AIers, if you will, because I'm not this is like, actually, we talked about this, but it's like controversial, and this is like gonna divide society, like actually like divide society in yet another way of people being like AI good, AI bad. I was just talking with people who are like, it was just about like the idea of like, I think AI is being like misrepresented, or like certain things are being blown out of proportion when other things need to be focused on, which is just something I'm passionate about, and I told you this because it was I can't remember, I don't think I reposted it, so I don't know if you saw it, but it was this clip. Funny enough, it was this AI generated clip of these robot, like AI voice podcasters.
Oh my god.
Having a conversation and realizing that they're AI and realizing they're not real.
That's crazy.
So I can send it to you. It's actually crazy, and they're both like they're AI voices, but also it was made by this platform. I think it's called like Notebook AI, where like apparently it's free. I might try it out too, but you like send it like a bunch of information. It's not like a prompt like ChatGPT or something. Yeah. It's like you send it a bunch of like, you give it like a document with like information, and then it takes that and like we'll make like a podcast out of that, I think.
Interesting.
But the crazy thing that happened is like they didn't tell it to realize that it was not human.
Oh my god.
They like put some information in there that had something to do with that, but then the two podcasters ended up like podcasters.
Did they know that? Did they like know that the other was AI as well? Like,
they were both like, I tried to call my wife, but she doesn't exist, or something like that, and like one of them,
oh my god,
like, and they were both just like realizing they weren't real, and that part was like crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really like, that's some like Ex Machina. Yeah. Like, I'm realizing I'm a robot.
Yeah,
like,
but it's weird because I was, but you know, it was like fed information, and where I was like arguing with men online was, I was like, okay, but I think there's a problem with people like seeing this and thinking that like thinking the platform was just told make a podcast or something like that. Not that that was said, but I almost feel like that's something that people assume is like the AI realizes it on its own and it like comes to terms with this, and it's like, I have feelings, I want to be a person, and I don't really think we're there yet, because I think that AI, like, it only does things because it's like fed information. So I don't think that's like, that should be like our biggest fear at this moment. That's just my opinion. And then the weird thing that happened was just like everybody who was like arguing with me or like responding to me was like a man like trying to like talk me down in a way. And I was just like, isn't it interesting how like all of them are literally just men being like, well, actually. So yeah,
my God.
But it was fine because I was like, whatever. But that happened.
That's crazy. Yeah, because, like, people don't understand that there's, like, nuance to it. Like, people want to jump to, like, a certain point. And, like it was set up in a certain type of way. Like, you're saying it, and it's, like, I don't know if it's, like a text-based model, like ChatGPT, but, like, they basically, like, they're, like, saying what they think or, like, think would be, like, the most logical next thing. So it's, like, if you're fed a certain, like, set of data and stuff, like, it doesn't necessarily mean you're, like, the AI is like freely thinking, but it's like statistically figuring out.
Exactly. But then the other thing I think about sometimes that fucks me up when I start to think about is that is that us too? Like, are we also being just fed? Is like your thoughts, like your stream of consciousness, is that also just like in some sense like a code or something? But I gotta like cook more on that and like think more on that. But it's like,
no, I think that's really interesting, and like not to be so like neat with it, but I feel like that ties back into religion in a way where it's like, I feel that's something that doesn't resonate with me, is like everything is like predetermined and like everything is like in like the control of God, because free will is definitely also like something that's like really part of it, but like people talking about like everything is so like I think that messes with me with like my thoughts and like I think, that's, like, a hard thing to process and, like, figure out how to, like, parse with religion, like, who am I versus, like, what is decided for me by God and, like, religion and stuff. And so, it's just, like, tough. Like, free will is, like, crazy. It's crazy.
I don't know how much I believe in free will. So,
really?
I don't know. Like, it's, like, almost like, I don't think everything is, like, it's weird because I think there is like free will, but there also like isn't, because it's like, obviously I can say things, obviously I can like talk about it right now, and I feel like I have some sort of authority in like what I choose to like say and do, but I also believe so much in like destiny and like the guidance of the universe that it's like, I'm like losing my words now.
No, that's real. I understand.
Not
even
even just
saying.
because like people pass that also like distracts me, but it's like
it's
like something like stuck in my throat, like it's gone. But just like there's just no real explanation of that. But sometimes I'm like, I feel so like guided at times that I'm like, in a good way, how much control do I really have? In a good way.
I feel that. I think I definitely believe in like destiny and fate, and have like come more to that in like the last few years, where I'm like, I don't know, I just feel it so much more. But I think for my, like, health, in a way, like, I need to be, like, I am in control of, like, what happens in my life. And not in, like, not in, like, a need for control way, but, like, a self-motivation way. Where it's, like, I need, like...
Yeah, because I do agree with that.
For, like, my personal self, I'm, like, I need to, like, be the change for myself to, like, make things happen in, like, a certain way. And I feel like I have been in periods where I'm like, oh, like I'll let like life figure it out, and like I think finding the balance is what's important. Finding the balance of like, this thing's out of my control that I think are like destiny and fate, but like I need to do everything I can to like push myself forward, because I feel like I can get like too complacent if I lean into like, oh, like life will handle it and stuff. And so like finding that middle ground for me of like believing in like fate and believing in myself and like what I can do, it's like that is where I'm ultimately, I think, the most healthy with it.
No, I that's a really good point. I do agree with that, because it is like, God is not gonna like put you out there to like go like feed yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That is actually
yeah.
on you. Like, I don't know, you saying that like made me just think that, because I'm like, truthfully, I do have, that's why I'm like, I'm not completely like sure, because I do
Hey, no.
I do believe there's like a certain degree of free will, but it's also weird because it's almost like I believe that it's like the free will is like predetermined in like a sense, that it's like I learned over time to like develop this strength, so now I'm going to become that person and do those things.
Interesting.
That's why it's like, so it is like weird, but it's at the end of the day, like I said, like I think it's all like it's good. It's good things.
Yeah.
It's good things.
I resonate with what you were saying, like, I learned over time and stuff, because, like, I think we are so informed by our past and, like, our decisions, and, like, that, like, the way that you interpret that and, like, take that and, there's, like, a certain word I'm thinking of, internalize that, is, like, determines how you move forward.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think it's just, like, your whole being and the way you operate, I think, just changes by everything that you're informed by and learned. I think, like, I'm not conscious of that enough, and I think other people too, I feel like just generally like aren't conscious enough of like why they are the way they are in a certain way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's really important too, because then it goes into trauma. I really am really passionate about the idea of trauma, like, and like healing from it and learning and like ancestral connections and like just like familial connections.
Yeah.
But I won't dive into that today. But yeah, like, even just like that and stuff like that, I think it's true that like people don't necessarily always make the effort to, who don't reflect on it, don't necessarily try to like grow from it as much. Usually, sometimes, I don't know, I'm not.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
I feel that.
But yeah,
I feel like I've been in stages too where it'll be like I'm flip-flopping between like trying to push forward and not process it, and like realizing how bad that is, and then like taking a step back and being like, oh, like I need to like actually like think about how I'm affected by these things in life.
Past
and
events.
So, yeah. And so just like, and like even from that, now I feel like I've learned from that too. It's just like,
it's
tough. I don't know what point I'm trying to make, but
no, I feel the same way. I'm just points are being made. Things are being said. Is much there's substance. There's substance. Like, is there substance? There's substance.
Yeah.
And like you'll interpret that how you need to, audience, and you'll take what you need.
That's so true.
Literally. But yeah, no, for real, like, fuck, I like have something like I just agree with like what you're saying. Like, it's just true. Like, I also like had to deal with that, and just like sometimes you want to just like skip forward and like be like healed or like just have like the shit dealt with, but also sometimes in life, like, the hard truth is sometimes there's just like stagnant points where things are just like, okay, that like happened, and now I just have to like take the time to just keep like existing for a second while like things resurface and release. And you can't control that. It just like has to happen. And
sometimes it takes time, like processing things, like it doesn't just happen. You know, you have to like kind of like live in it for a bit before you can understand like the impacts. I don't know. I feel like we're talking about similar things here, like about, I don't know, maybe you're thinking of other things, but I'm like just like, I feel like I'm just like imagining like general like life changes and like
okay, that's fair. On that note, I'm gonna wrap this up so I don't get in trouble.
Okay. Oh my god, yeah, it's time.
I think it's good time. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This is the first of many big things coming. Thank you for having me. Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. I think this was really good. I think we had a lot of good conversations. Follow. I'm sure we'll just get better and better. Yeah. So if you were even just like okay with this, like the next one will be even better. That's literally so true. So you have to see the growth. This is true. This is so true. Yeah. So you guys are like episode 156 or something. Yes. Like when it's crazy. Yeah, we'll cut back to this moment. Yeah. We'll cut back to this moment. Exactly. Yeah. All right. Peace. Okay, bye. I gave him the button. Do I press anything? I don't know.